Hello, my squishies! It's Friday. I have a barking peanut today. It's Friday. It's felt a long time. So I'm gonna wait just a couple of minutes while everybody logs on, and I'm gonna talk to Peanut, and because she's should settle down any minute, but hasn't quite settled down yet. She's there we go. Oh, it's a good girl. We do need to get a Peanut cam at some point. Peanut is the dog. But also welcome to the nonsense that is the Felt Along. While everybody's logging on, but for those of you that haven't joined us before, we do this live on a hi Robin. We do this live on the first Friday of the month, and it is absolute nonsense. So feel free to pause. After the fact. So if you're watching this afterwards, you can pause the video, you can rewind the video, you can fast forward, and as hello mum, and as my mum and dad have discovered, who are my tech support, you can also mute the videos. So you don't have to listen to me if you don't want to. But I don't know, me and Peanut's little ramblings are, they get exciting, especially on a Friday night. Okay, so introduction to needle felting. So in your kit, you've got your foam mat. So this is what you're going to felt onto. It protects your surfaces, makes it easier for felting. But you're, as you can see, sometimes your stuff does get stuck to the mat. So we need to regularly pull off the bit of fabric we're working with. Talking of bit of fabric, we're going to be doing this on this fabric. It is Shetland wool pre-felt, so it's wool that's been lightly felted and washed, brushed, lightly felted, and then is ready to be felted onto. But you can, after the fact, felt onto other materials as well. You don't just have to felt onto pre-felt. You can felt onto regular felts, other materials as well. Just play around with it. Also in the kit, I have an itch. We have, what's next? Our needles. So these are your needles. If you've got one of my newer kits, the needles will be attached at the side like that. Please take all of them out, and I generally pop them in the top corner. Always count your needles in and out at the beginning of each session. If you break a needle, find all the bits and dispose of it safely. I have a hard plastic ink bottle that I pop them all the bits into. And in your kits I've also included, there's a grr. Hold on 1 second. There we go. I've also included I've lost my words. A handle for your needle. Sometimes there will be a needle pre in here, but it's backwards. But what you do to use this is you pull a little peg out. If there is a needle in it already, the needle will be like that. So you don't want it to be that way. So pull it out, pull the needle out, and then you want to pop your needle on the groove in the peg with the hook over the thinner end, and then pop it back in. So I'll do that one more time. So you put, she's dropped the ball again. You pull out the peg, pop the needle in the groove, and with the hook over the thin end. And I hope you can hear that little grumbling noise she's making because she's dropped a ball. It is incredibly cute. There we go. And then pop the thin end back in there. I don't tend to use this. I like to just pick up the needles, but a lot of people find this really helps them a lot, so I always include it in the kits. You can also buy online some of these that have 3 or 6, I think even up to 12 spaces for needles for like extra quick felting, because I will alternate between 1, 2 and 3 needles as I'm going along. Okay, next. The wee Grumble is excellent. She's an absolute cutie and like the sweetest dog in the world, but her noises are ridiculous. So next we have the fibre. So this is what we're going to essentially paint the picture with. So this is tops or roving. And the way we work with this is less is more. And you grab whatever colour you're going to use, and you just gently, with your hands nice and far apart, pull out little bits like that. And that's what we're going to use for painting. So this has been washed and brushed. It's mostly Shetland. I think in this kit it's all Shetland. But there's a few hints. So if you have your hands too close together, you're pulling against the individual hairs that have come off the sheep, or wool that's come off the sheep. So too close together, it's not going to work. So you want to have your hands nice and far apart and just gently pull. And if there's any twist in it, it's not going to come apart either, because twist is what holds the yarn together when you make yarn. So you want it to be not twisted, hands nice and far apart, and we're going to pull out little sections like that. What else? One more thing is, this is our frame. I'll show you how to work this. I'll show you, did I say that right? I'll show you guys how to work this closer to the end. This is only one option of finishing it, but it's quite a nice one. It gives you finished and you can just hang it up with that. But you can also frame it, you can hang it on a bit of twig. You've got other options as well. But this is our frame, so keep this close, because we're going to use this to sort of, if you are using your frame, we're going to use this to just check that we're got it all filled in and stuff. Okay, enough of my ramblings. Oh, Peanut is looking at me very cutely. Let's start felting. So today we are going to felt a view that I see most days. It is looking up Glen Nevis. So I take Peanut for a walk up the Glen most days, and this is where we stop and just have a look at this spectacular view. And it's gorgeous, and it's just all turning browns just now, and there's a little bit of snow on the hill in. We could maybe put some snow on the hill, but let's start. So generally when I'm felting, we start with the further away stuff and move forward, and we move quite quickly to start with, just laying in colour where we want it to go. So I'm taking the sky blue, laying it in where I want it to go, and I'm going to really lightly stab this into place. So I'm going to grab my needles, and keeping them straight, I'm just going to stab in. So you don't want to bend your needle when you're doing this. You always want to stab in straight, so never bend it, because that's when you're more likely to break it. And make sure you're going over the edge. But just now we're only blocking in the colours. This isn't going to be like, this is not the final felting, because two things I love about felt: the more you layer it up, the deeper and the more wonderful it'll be, like oil paintings and things. And with oil paintings you can move stuff around. So if I decided I wanted a different colour of blue, at this stage, because I've only lightly felted it in, I can take it off and move it. So nearer the end we'll go over it and just stab, stab, stab to lock everything in. But just now we're just blocking in the colours. So the next colour that I've got my little reference here, the next colour we're going to go for, so we're going to put some hills and valleys, glens. So I'm going to do a little bit of brown. Now don't worry, this is going to look like a mess, just to pre-warn you. So a little bit of brown going in there with a little bit of green below it. Because what happens is we do the messy blocking and then we tidy it up on top. I'm going to take, so the green I used was the olive green. And we should have two very similar but ever so slightly different dusty colours. Dust. I'm going to take the less green one, and because I haven't felted in at all, what I can do is I can pick that up and put that just under there, and then put the green one a little bit going down there. So if you can play with your proportions just now as well, which is really fun. So you can put that on and see if, do you want that V to be right in the center or offset a little? You've got options just now. So that, I'm happy with that just now. Oh, Peanut saw something in the shop. And then I'm going to take so we've got two of darker greens. I'm going to go with the darker green. My descriptions of colour are spectacular, along with my descriptions of shapes and things and how small you should be doing it. So this green is going to be a little forest, and it's coming there. And then we're going to go back to the olive green again for a little meadow down the front. Now, you see all the sort of layers and swoops. And pop your frame on, make sure you've gone right over the edges and you're happy with your layout. Remember, it'll be just as wide as that. So you want to make sure, I can't do words. Can I have a nap? Want to make sure it's covered, but it's going to go, your fabric, when you finished it, it's going to be sandwiched between these two, so you want it to make sure it's nice and covered. But I'm going to felt these in, just really lightly going over, because I'm happy with my layout. Oh, we've got the swooping. Again, it's going to look blocky, it's going to look a bit odd. I'm getting squinty. That is all good. Oh, I think she's fallen asleep. She's got a chair beside my chair that's covered in a sheepskin, and she settles on that when I'm being boring, which apparently I'm being boring just now. Yeah, so I'm happy. I like those swoops. So now we're going to start doing some blending and some colours. So this line between the brown hopefully I'm not coming down with something. I normally can't do words. Oh yeah, so I'm not just for you guys that are watching me after the fact, I'm not just talking to myself and Peanut. We're doing live chat, and you can normally below somewhere there, or to the wherever YouTube moves it to, you can re-watch the live chat, so you can replay it and see who I'm talking to, so you understand I'm not just talking to myself. And Robin is the chief nonsense maker as well. Right, no, getting distracted. So this hill here, I want to blend from the sort of brown that's coming down to the green. So I'm going to do this by putting a couple of layers. So one thin layer. So like when I talk about thin, you can barely see what I've got there. Thin layer over there. And I'm going to do the same with the green again. Taking a really thin layer and layering it up to there. And then I'm going to do another brown. And then another green. Now, because we've done the base with the green at the bottom and the brown at the top, when we put these on and we've sort of blended those two together, so at the moment, oh, that's another thing. At the moment, I'm doing everything very horizontal. You don't have to do that. You can scrumple it up as well and pop it in if you want scrumply bits, which I actually do want to do, to make a little bit of texture and movement. And if so, like here, I think I've got a little bit too much brown lower down. So the options are to take it off or add some green on top. And I tend to like adding, at this stage especially, adding more on top rather than taking away, because it gives you that depth and the little randomnesses that you'll get in nature. And I want this brown to come down a little bit more at this side. So what's happening with everybody? Stuff's changed in the shop a little bit, which I am most upset. You've definitely got honours in the nonsense making. Yeah, stuff's changed in the shop, which I am desperately upset about. My lovely assistant Liz, who's been with me for 2 years, keeping me sane and telling me what to do, has decided that Glasgow is better than Fort William and has left me and moved to Glasgow. And I'm beside myself without her. She was wonderful and I miss her terribly. Peanut misses her, the customers miss her. I'm going to work on this hill now. I'm going to put some greens into there. So it's just me and Peanut now holding the shop down, holding down the fort, and working 5 days a week is a shock to the system. I know, I've tried to get her back. I told her she wasn't allowed to leave. I refused to give her P45. I mean, it didn't really. I'm just joking. But apparently the big city lights called her name. And yeah. So if I'm a little bit stressed and panicked, it's because I miss my Liz. Okay, so I put some greens in there. I've added a little bit more into there. I'm going to add, so the further away the hill is, the lighter you want it to be, because like in the distance there's more particles between the light is bounced around and things. Yeah, she's gonna hate the big city. She's gonna not like how much theatre she goes to and all those fun things. Yeah, she'll be back. It's fine. So, yeah, the lighter you want it to be. So I'm going to put in some white just at the top of that forest and going up. So this is the white one here. Going up to give it a little bit more definition between where that hill, where there's a wee gap there. Now remember, if you've put in too much, there's no such thing. We're just going to add some more on top. So there is some lovely wool shops in Glasgow, which I have had the pleasure of visiting. But yeah, there's not a Caledonian Wool Company, and yeah, I'm an adult. She did talk about opening her own one up down there, which would be excellent. So if you want a Liz wool shop in Glasgow, pester her. There we go. So I've put some of that green over the white, and that's just blended it in just nicely. Oh, if you want, we can also put some white in the sky for clouds. So you've got options. I'm going to do the same. So where the blue starts, I'm going to put in a wee bit of white because I want it to be sort of just a slightly misty again, the lower is a little bit more white. Like it's going off in the distance. One particularly good yarn shop in Glasgow is the Yarn Cake. They have not only, wait for this, not only yarn, but cake as well. It's dangerous. And again, I'm going to layer it. So I'm going to put some whites on, some blue on top of the white. And remember, we're not properly felting this in yet. This is still, like when I pull it off here, there's still a lot of movement and play in the picture. The more it's felted in, the solider it'll be, and the less play. You'll feel the difference. So I've got, there we go. So we're still just building up layers. Everything is still movable. Oh, big stretch. Oh, sorry, Peanut's being cute. Oh, I woke her up. Oops. Right, let's not get distracted. We're here for business. So let's go to the green forest there. Now, full confession. Because, oh, a tea. Hold on one second before I confess I'm having a drink of tea. There is a big tree right there that stands out from the rest of the forest. It's like this lone tree. It looks lovely. And I want to put that in. But it's really, I haven't quite settled. I've been playing around with it and I'm not quite settled with it. So for the main picture, we're going to leave out the tree. We're going to finish it all. And then I'm going to do what I usually do. And at the very end, for those of you that are staying with me right to the end, we're gonna try putting the tree in. But for just now, I'm just mentioning there might be a tree. But let's work on the forest. So we want the forest to have a little bit of the dark brown at the bottom. So this brown here. Open a yarn shop. Oh my god, it is amazing. It is so much fun. You meet the most wonderful people. I will try and make the tree easy, I promise. But yeah, Robin, do it. You will not regret it. It is, I mean, I even like the paperwork. There is a lot of paper, the surprising amount of paperwork involved in running yarn shop. But there's also I'm doing the lighter of the dark greens on top, and I'm going to start scrumpling it because I really want these trees to be more tree-like. Yeah, but I adore having a yarn shop. In fact, today it was lovely. It's winter, so it's a little bit quiet, so it means I can generally get on with paperwork and do back office stuff. But a wonderful young lady came in today and she was asking if there are any craft groups, and at the moment I don't have a craft group, so I was telling her all the craft groups she could go to in Fort William. And then she was like, oh, it's because I've been trying to do a granny square in crochet, but it's not quite working out. And I was like, haha, we can fix that. So I spent the next sort of 45 minutes. It was amazing. Problem solving her granny square, getting her to do her first little granny square. And oh my god, she was so happy. It was so much fun. I absolutely yeah, it makes me happy. I can't always do that when it's busy, but when I can, I love doing it. I love just being able to, I love getting people spinning as well. So I always try, if people are interested in spinning, I'm like, have you got half an hour? We'll get you spinning. Sorry, I'm rambling nonsense again. Somebody say something. Right, so I don't want... sorry, distracted. I don't want this to be quite as solid as line as I've made it. So I'm going to pop in some little trees further down. How's that looking just now? I think, yeah. I'm wondering if that's possibly too big. Do we want to pop some grasses coming up? Some little bit, let's see. So we've got a choice. We can start putting in, scrumpling up some little bushes. That's better. I like that. Right, okay. Plan. So I'm gonna grab different, we'll go, blah, 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 blah. Right, get a sentence together. We can do this. I'm working with all the different greens just now. This is me explaining what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna grab little bits of each of the like 2 or 3 of the greens, like this. So I've got 3 different greens there in the little fluff section. And I'm going to smurfle them together so they're all nice and random, and pop it down in a smurfled blob, because that gives you little textures and little random bits of colour. Granny squares are great fun. And there is so many. I've got a book in the shop that is 200 different granny squares. And oh my god, so good. So left-handed crochet, I've had a couple of people left-handed crochet that I've attempted to teach them. One, my old flatmate, and she came up with the solution to literally sit opposite me, and I would do it right. Why am I doing knitting? I would do it right-handed, and she would just look and do exactly the reverse, as if she was looking in a mirror. And that worked really well. I think I want to put some trees further up. This is, yeah. I'm just going tree mad is what's going to happen. Yes, I do recommend Bella Coco. Her books and her online-ness is lovely. Does she do left-handed more? That would be very handy. And if she does left-handed, I will recommend it to a lot more people. And her designs are just beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Okay. Whoa. I was just thinking, there is like, you could, if you want to, put snow. So grab some white and put snow on the top of the hills if you want a winter theme. Because there is now snow on the hills and it is getting chilly. Let's put some more greens in. There we go. And when I go over this with like a good stabby, you'll see it starts to come together even more. I'm liking how this is all blending. I think I want to put in a little bit more green. Have you got snow across there yet, Robin? Green's on the top there. Nope. We'll figure that out in a minute. Let's do some more work down here. I'm going to put in some lighter green as well. I'm just scrumpling up greens at the moment. So I am very much my parents' daughter, and I've always said I like it cold, a cold house. I'm not going to put the heating on, rah, 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 rah. But I made the mistake of getting a tiny dog who gets cold very easily. And although she has a selection of beautiful jumpers and pajamas and jackets and things, I mean, I just have to put the heating on and keep her warm. So my house is now actually warm. It's a thing. When I get home at night, I've got it set so the fire's just been on for a wee while. And it's going to be nice and toasty for us getting in after our walk. I hate to admit it, but I'm really enjoying it. Ah, it melted. Oh no. Tell it to come back. We want snow. I'm spending loads of time on this hilly bit here. Oh, let's do a test, because we are halfway through it. Well, I normally try and keep these to an hour, so we're essentially halfway through our time. So to try this in the frame, what you do is, so you grab your, put it in frame, you grab your frame and holding the bolt. Oh, hello. I'll put Peanut up later when we're at the end. And unscrew it. I generally unscrew it until it's just about in line with the bolt. You don't want to unscrew it all the way, because then you have to find the bolt because it'll fall on the floor, yada yada yada. Move the mat, and you want to do this on a hard surface. Oh, and you see all your nice felting on the back. Place. So I can feel where the frame is, and I want to line it up so it's where I want it to be. Pop this over. And then, ooh, don't push it all the way through. Hold up, hold up. Take two. Push this over. And then just gently. And if you hide the back, you'll see what your finished pictures looks like. So it's a little bit plain just now. I want to add a little more depth. I think I'm going to put paths in and maybe the odd tree in the distance. But we're getting there. And at the end, so don't do it now, but at the end, to finish it off, all you need to do is tighten it up till it's really nice and tight. And then this extra, we're just going to chop it off. I will show you a finish. Do I have a finished one knocking around? I'll show you a finished one at some point. I'll go and grab one. Chop it off. But we're not at that stage yet. So we are just going to take that out and carry on felting. Okay, so I want to put some little trees to like bridge the gap between going up there. Also, my belly is about to rumble. I'm starting to get a little bit hungry. And do I want these to be kind of pointy little trees? I have questions for myself. Little stands of trees, that's words I'm looking for. So I'm just taking the dark green, doing a few wee stands. So this, where am I looking at? So we walked up Glen Nevis. The Achintee Inn is kind of here. You can't quite see it. This is I want to say it's a bit of Ben Nevis. I'd need to look at a map. Just in here, you can't see, you can't quite see it because I've not put it in, is the graveyard that is up the Glen. And then there's a little sort of stand of houses up there, and the campsites up there as well. You can also pop some sheep in. Feel free to grab some of the white, and because there is a field of sheep just to the left, you could pretend that they're there and to do some like absolutely tiny, I'm talking See how tiny that is. Tiny white dots. Gonna, whoop. I want the top of this forest is too straight. It's too straight for me. Hello, Leslie. Welcome. Oh, Peanuts. The Peanuts thinks that there was somebody here. She's run away to the door. Oh, come here. Come here. Oh, baby. I know. So I'm going to do some scrumfles to break up the edge of there. And do I even want to take that down a little? Yes. So that's because we've not properly felted it. Come on up, you can do it. Up, up. Because we've not properly felted it down, I can move this and reshape this edge a little bit. Oh, whee! To give it a bit of a bumpiness, if that makes sense. Now, I was going to put a path in. How should we proceed with paths? So there is, if we go, there's a path going up here that goes up to, I'm going to pronounce this terribly, Dunderdale Fort, which kind of just goes up like that and then round, because there's kind of another lump there. So I've taken the light brown there, maybe even a little bit of the dark brown. And popped that in. Hello. It's right there. Good girl. And then I want to, I don't want that to go up. I want the path just to end, like it's going round a corner. Ooh. Ooh. What's this? What's this? Up, up. Up, up. I just gave her a treat. Bribery and corruption. I think that's a little bit too dark, so I'm going to add there we go. Oh, hiccups. Violence. How am I gonna... This is me going off piece now. Oh, we've got this cream. We can cover, we can do a little bit there. There we go. Nope, don't like that. Cancel. It's because this hill... Alright, I know what we need to do. Bring that path. This is live. Unscripted. Bring that path around a little bit more. I am thinking, I'm debating, I actually could use you guys' feedback of doing like, so not a planned stream, but like just sit and felt with me and see me make all the mistakes when I'm like planning these and doing a longer one. It really is like, it's amazing how little color can make, like, and the layering up as well. So if I pull that down there and have that going across there, that, yes, that makes me happy. I also want to fade the top of that in a little bit more. Like even just those little tiny patches of green. Just elevate it. Right, I'm sure I was talking some nonsense about something. Remind me what it was? Anybody? Oh, and now I might not put this in, but one thing I love, and it's not actually in this picture, but you know how sometimes there's just this one random tree just right on the edge, just like there, and you're like, how and why are you there? I'm not going to put it in, but I love it. Maybe I will. No, we're going to try. What time are we at? 15 minutes. So I'm getting really happy with the way this is looking. Got my little tree stands there. That's coming nicely. So let's attempt the big tree, shall we? I know, I'm scared. Oh, that's what I was asking. Would anybody want to do like a super long, super unscripted, just me randomly felting stuff and talking nonsense? So, I got wool up my nose. I'm going to do some more treetops here with the squishing. I want that to be not a straight line. Oh, and I want a little bit more light, very light green down the bottom there, just to highlight the edge. That's better. Okay, before I'm brave, I'm putting this off so badly. I'm going to do a good felting all over for 5 minutes just to block it all in. And how are you guys that are felting at home, how are you doing? So I'm just going to go over this just back and forward. Oh, I haven't even spoken about this yet tonight. Oh my god. So we are not finishing this picture tonight. I know I'm breaking everybody's hearts. We're gonna, well, it's gonna be mostly finished. We're gonna have everything where it should be. It's gonna be looking really nice. We're gonna be really happy with it. But I don't want you to put it in the frame officially tonight, because what we're gonna felt for an hour tonight, and then I want you to put it away. Come back in a couple of days with fresh eyes, because your eyes can get really tired, and you won't. You can't necessarily see how wonderful your picture is or what might need changed. So come back in a couple of days and give it a good felting all over like this for 10-15 minutes, and see if there's any little bits that you want to add or anything you want to change, then put it in the frame. But like I say, we are mostly finished tonight. Everything's where it should be, but you just want to give it a little bit of breathing space. Oh, I was going to put another, I'm going to put another path up there, this time in the darker brown. Going up and round there. And you can add in loads of different paths wherever you like. I want this path to fade a bit more. There we go. Peanut. I've taken it. So Peanut discovered earlier on that I'd put her favourite ball in one of the drawers because we were having a break from the ball. And she discovered the ball. She still thinks it's in there. I've taken it out and she's playing with it earlier on. But she's convinced that there's still a ball in there. And there's not. I know. So she's attempting to rescue her ball that is not in there. There's nothing. See? Nothing. Where was I? I want some more, a little bit more there. I'm still putting off doing this big tree, aren't I? How good is my avoidance strategy? She is definitely on a mission. She's also really confused why we're not at home, because this should be sofa time and we should be curled up on the sofa while I'm doing some knitting, but it's not happening. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. How does that look on screen? Yes. Especially when I come back with fresh eyes in a couple of days and just go over it again. Add in a few more textures. But right, let's be brave. Got 10 minutes. We can do this tree. Can you feel the fear? Okay. So, where's my phone? Let's find the picture. Okay. Got the picture reference there. We can do this. We can do this. Oh, if you want it to be more autumn, you can put more browns. Little patches of brown. In fact, I'm going to do that. Little patches of brown. Ah, there. Yeah, that's better. Can you hear it? Thank you for the confidence, Leslie. I'm avoiding still. Look, I'm doing other bits. Oh, what is it? Oh no! Where'd it go? She's just standing there wagging her tail at me and barking. I know. Nope, wrong colour. Okay. The last treat. Right, no more avoiding. Peanut does want the tree there too. Let's look at the reference photo. Okay. We're going to do it in the darkest green. It's just so tall compared to the rest of them. It kind of goes out there. I am reserving the right to take this back. I think this picture is beautiful as it is. Lovely, balanced. We've got the swoops, got a nice forest down the front, got nice shades, colours. The the postponement is amazing. But if you want to add a tree, right in the centre. Okay, so it's no. Let's do the stalk, the trunk in black. Right, okay. Feeling brave. Trunk is in black. And then we're going to add some horizontal green bits. Oh, the fear, the fear. It's okay, I can just take this off if I don't like it. See, it doesn't look like a tree. Yes, the tree is a focal point, I know. Okay, I'm starting to like this. It might be winning. Okay, it shouldn't be on that brown spot though. That's not something I want. I also want some more green just around the base here so it stands out a little bit more. Okay, no, it's winning me over. Still a little messy, but that's okay. It's allowed to be messy just now. It doesn't like a Christmas tree with that brown bit. Right, get rid of the brown bit. Okay, right, I can work with this. Let's tidy you up. Let's put in another tree. Thank you for being my moral support. It does actually. Okay, no, I'm allowing this. This is a thing. So I'm going to put in another bit of one, a little bit shorter one there. So doing the brown base, and then little green squiggles going down in a triangle. I'm feeling very Bob Ross. Okay, no, yeah, right, yes. Trees. Let's put another one in, let's go. Now it's going to be all trees. So I'm going to put one. She is back in the drawer. Happy little trees. Exactly. I'm going to put in another tree there. I am going to have to wrap this up fairly quickly because Peanut is officially at the end of her patience. Oh. Yeah, add some trees in. Be brave. We can do this. I'm going to put in another one there. Woof. Oh, did you hear that? Oh my. You can also, as they're getting closer, you can put a bit of brown in as well, although don't know how much you'll see of the brown. Sorry, her grumbles is so cute. Oh, you're a good girl. I know. Okay, I think that's official. Time for us to... Oh! Whoa! Oh, time for us to call it a day. Right, look, we did trees. Be proud of us. I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of me. Let's be proud together. I'm going to take that one up a little bit. Yeah, right. So I'm going to pop it into the frame. But remember, don't finish it tonight. This is... Come back in a couple of days. Look at that, we did a tree. I'm so happy with that tree. Yeah, Peanut's like, I want my dinner. You've had your dinner, Peanut. Well, you've had a... She's like, the ball isn't in there. No way. Really? Tell me all about it. Really? No. Sorry, I wind her up when she's like that. Okay. We've done amazingly tonight. I'm going to put it in the frame, but don't properly put it in the frame. Come back in a couple of days. Give it a good stabbing all over until it feels like I can feel it's firming up now, but you'll feel it even firmer. So let's pop that. I'm going to aim to have the tree in the middle. Gonna tighten it up, and yeah, once you're properly finished, all you're doing is chopping around the edge. Once you've tightened that up really nicely, and then you're chopping around the edge. But my squishies, look, we did Glen Nevis. Right, come here, Peanut. Come here. Please, let's see if we can get Peanut in view. So there's a Facebook group. Oh, what's that, Peanut? What's that? What's this? What's this? There's a Facebook group linked below if you want to post your finished pictures and see what other people have done. Do the YouTube-y things, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate them all. I look forward to seeing your finished pictures. And until next month, me and Peanut saying thank you, my squishies. Can you see you, Peanut? Oh, who's this? Let's see if we can go up a little bit. Can we go up? No. Who's that? What's this? No, she's looking at the camera, but you can't see your face. There is, oh, the Peanut. Right, my squishies, have a lovely week, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Oh, I look forward to seeing all of yours. Show me your finished pictures.